Alright, I got my gel plate out, jelly print plate. This is the first time I've really played with it much with paint, and this really was just a very simple play around. It wasn't much to it. I just added a lot of paint and a few stencils, and I just played. I think I'll get better with it as I go along. So I got my brayer, and then I'm just smoothing out the paint that I put down, and then I'm just pulling off the paint with some cardstock. This is about an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. I just cut it in half, and that's what I'm using. I'm just adding the rest of the paint that's on my brayer, and I'd make several pools, but if you stay until the end, I'm going to make one of them into a card, but the others I'll save for another day when I'm going to be making some cards and use it pretty much like I would any other pattern paper. This is also really good if you don't have a lot of cardstock, because let's face it, a little bit of paint goes a long way when you use your gel print, and this can actually save you money if you don't want to buy, have a huge ton of cardstock in your stash. So just think about that. You just have to figure out what works the best for you. And I don't get this out enough. And I'll be honest, it is addictive. It really does make a lot in just a little bit. So I really had to kind of hold myself back because I wanted to kind of keep going and try different things, but I was like, no, if you do that, you'll be here all day long. So I didn't do that. And I did do this in several different ways. In this same session, I did, and you'll see those, I made gel prints also with inks, ink oxides, and some other things, and that'll be on other videos. So I hope you enjoy this and stay till the end, because I'm going to show you eventually what happens when I finally make a card. This is the last pull, so the last pull I add white, and then when I put down my piece of paper, I do let it just sit for a little bit so that it'll pull all the ink off of it. And I wanted to make sure I got good adherence, so I used my brayer to do this. Here's the final pull, and see, it comes off pretty much clean. I did wipe down my gel print, and yeah, came clean. Okay, so now I'm going to use this lovely stamp set with some Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm just going to make basically my own pattern paper. Now I have just re-inked this pad, and I think I re-inked it just a little bit too much because I feel like it just, yeah, it wasn't, the stamps were not stamping as well as I'd like, and they were a little clumpy, and it took a long time for it to dry. Actually, on some other projects I did this same day, I was smearing a little bit, which I usually don't have that problem with my ink, so I think I put a little too much ink on it. So here is my finished panel. Now I'm taking this permanent chalk marker, and I'm going to color in those little flower buds that I added. I thought that would be just something, a nice little touch. And this is a little bit of more of a mixed media, so anything you want to add, you just add. And you just have a really, really good play and a good time. Alright, finally I'm going to use this Jelly Roll pen. It's in silver. I wanted just a little bit of sparkle, so I just make like a trio of dots, and I do this all over the page. Thank you for sticking with me. If you've lasted this long, I do appreciate it. And I hope you'll stay till the end so you can see the final card. Alright, now I'm taking some stitched squares, and I made a lot of little panels added to this card, and in the arrangement I wanted, I'm using my double-sided sticky notes to keep those things in place while I added glue. Add it back onto my card, and there you go. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue here and there just where they overlap so they don't come up because they were curling just a little bit. Of course, you do need a sentiment, and I decided to add on this cute little applique heart. I made a little tag that says love and hugs. That sentiment came from a Dollar Tree stamp set as well. Add a little bit of floss, embroidery floss, in that green color, and there you go. There's my card. Thank you for sticking with me. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you.